Alright guys, so we're continuing to attack obviously on this flank. I want to make sure that we beat this last infantry unit before we move in fully and commit to a serious assault, because you never know what could happen. They may have reserves. That infantry unit may be able to hold my guys back. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what the cannon's going to do to us once we get close, although I have a pretty good idea that it's not going to be anything pretty. Pardon the pun. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward. And let's get rid of those Frenchmen. Oh, wait, those Englishmen. I need to remember who I'm fighting for. Well, in this time, you know, titles are so easily bought and sold. I very well could be an Englishman. Holy shit! That is a nasty shot. Alright, so we still have these guys kind of holding down the fort. There's no reason why we can't take a few of them and send them forward. And I think pretty soon here we'll go ahead and attempt another charge. It looks like the Highlanders are long gone. They are no longer interested in this battle, and who can blame them? So let's go ahead and grab these guys. Let's do our charge. Grab these guys. Fortunately, we cannot charge with these guys, and I've always wondered why you can charge with some and not others. But they're going to go ahead and charge. As with these guys, I will go ahead and charge. Here we go, boys. Final victory is at hand. Let's go! Pour la France! Alright, here we go. The close combat has begun. It's absolutely nightmarish, and these guys are in some sort of a cornfield, which means they get pretty good cover. It looks like our guys have stopped short of a charge over here, and I don't know why that is, but let's go ahead and convince them to do that charge again if they can. If not, we can continue this fire up, and it looks like they actually took our men prisoner. Not the greatest situation, obviously, but it does happen. We're going to go ahead and try another charge. That's right, one after the other. We're not giving up here. Let's go ahead and grab these guys. Looks like the British are bringing in reinforcements. Wow. That I did not expect. Alright, they're definitely attacking that right flank. Alright, it looks like, is it possible that we're actually winning this battle? I'm not sure. We'll soon see. As you can see, we've got my lone commander standing there, surrendering peacefully, but I don't see why. And now we're both running, both sides, and you can see already, just here from the close combat, there's going to be a lot of guys in the field hospital after the end of this battle. But definitely some men that decided not to fight anymore and have surrendered to the evil allies. Well, the battle is as crazy as ever, guys. Of course, as you guys can see, we are trying to break the British over here that have decided to attack us from the right flank. Now, the good news here is all we need to do is get to this point, and I think we've essentially won the battle, but we still have a lot of British giving us a lot of problems, obviously, and even over here on the left flank, they seem to be doing very well as well. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these men up if I can. I want to take a look and see if we have any men that can respond, and yes, we do. We certainly have some men that can bring themselves up here, the line infantry, of course, and start taking on the English here. Remember, we already hold one victory point, and that's obviously really, really awesome, but the enemy is actually firing canister shot now to keep our infantry back, and we really need to go ahead, get our head in the game, and just continue this assault. Our artillery are all the way back here. I think this is close enough, but I see no reason why we can't move them up a bit, so I'm going to actually go ahead and move the artillery up over here, really getting them close to the enemy, and also providing support fire for the British infantry on this end. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Alright, our replacements have arrived. Not much of replacements, of course, because they've seen a hell of a lot of battle throughout the day, but we've got to take what we can get, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and get up here. And the British must be tired, too. They're also losing men en masse, and that's certainly going to help us secure victory here. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and bring these guys up. These guys I'm going to keep right here. And as for these gentlemen, I will assist them in fighting off the right side here. And it looks like over here on the right side, we're actually getting some really great shots. I could see a ton of British bodies. The only problem is, despite getting great shots on the enemy, they have a lot of reinforcing troops. Let's take a look here. Wow, absolutely beautiful. So we're definitely hitting these guys for a lot of damage, as you can see. And hopefully we can go ahead and defeat them pretty soon. There's a whole division of Highlanders behind them, and that's not something that I'm looking forward to having to deal with. Let's take a look over here. Alright, our men are still firing at those men over there. And let's see what's going on the left flank here. Alright, no. This will not work. Let's try this. This way we're actually turned towards the enemy. And we're going to have to go ahead and do the old Napoleonic charge if it comes down to that. Because I know we can break them here. So let's go ahead and try it. Charge! Well, they're not charging the right way. Well, that's good enough. They're going to charge into the enemy artillery unit. And hopefully decimate the enemy artillery. As for our guys here, we will not charge. We will keep just firing at the enemy. Hopefully breaking these lines eventually. Let's move these guys up too. Take a look at the line fire over here on this sector. Shoot, men, shoot! Alright, the enemy looks like they're really losing a lot of men. They should be breaking to run pretty soon here. Let's take a look over here. Alright, it looks like our men have surrendered. That was not a good idea to charge, and I think in the future now, I'm going to be a lot more careful. But it does look like we're slowly pushing the enemy off this sector over here. I want to take one of these infantry brigades and move up because we're trying to take this position. And as you can see right now, it's being contested, which means that we have a chance to win, which is awesome. That's going to help us big time. Grab these guys too. Everybody that can go over here will, because we need to continue forcing our way forward and essentially take this position ahead of us in this open field from the enemy. And in a moment here, I'm actually going to show you guys the devastating amount of damage that our army has wreaked on the enemy and vice versa here. Let's go ahead and get to this sector over here where unfortunately our men have surrendered. That's okay. The fight continues and they'll be properly disciplined later. And let's take a look. Look at all the dead British over here. I mean, that is awesome. We absolutely wasted them. This is the road of death. There are, of course, a few dead Frenchmen, too, because we had a nice little charge, but it's looking pretty good for us. So as long as we finish the battle in time, I think everything should be okay. Let's see what we're doing over here with the Highlanders. It looks like the other British division pulled back. Probably a good idea, to say the least. Come on, boys. Volley fire. I want to make sure to give them a real nice dose of fire. Unfortunately, what's going on? They're pulling back. Wow, okay, I think our men are a little tired of fighting, obviously, pulling back to get some rest. And let's grab this general and get him behind our men. I don't like being so close to the enemy here. As you can see here, we shot a British general earlier in this battle. You guys can see him right there. British general dead off his horse, and that is just such a cool feature of being able to kill enemy generals. So I don't want the same to happen to our guys. Come on, boys. Are they going where I want them to? Yes, they are. Alright, wow, I can't believe that these guys are still here. It looks like the light battalion, and I do feel like charging a light battalion would work. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to be crazy. We're going to charge the light battalion. I know, I said I wouldn't charge again, but I'm new to Scourge of War, and I've got to try out new things. I don't learn if I'm not trying out new stuff all the time in a game. Let's go get these guys here. Beautiful. Nice little fight going on. I think we might make the light brigade retreat, possibly. We are, after all, light units. Come on, men. Get that bayonet out. Give them the cold steel. Oh, man, this is crazy. Look at that beautiful flag. And there we go. The enemy is retreating, guys. Awesome. We can start reforming our lines over here with our men. And in fact, I'm kind of going to go ahead and just bypass most of the men over here, these British guys, because what we're really trying to do, of course, is to take the position over here on the field. So I'm going to start moving all available men to that position. We've got to break it. It looks like our artillery is also doing an amazing job at ripping those Highlanders to shreds. Fighting the Highlanders is not easy, to say the least. All right, let's take a look over here. Keep shooting, boys. With these guys, I will not charge. I think we're doing fine just like this. Shoot, boys, shoot. So many dead British. We're doing a good job. And are the Highlanders advancing? Oh, I see. They're actually taking a closer position to our men. Yes, they certainly are. These guys know how to fight. Alright, I'm going to choose a specific target. I really would prefer our guys fire, obviously, at the British there. Let's take a look. Okay, our first assault here was repulsed. We still have plenty more, though, on the way, as you can see here. We've got a lot of guys. We've got a lot of artillery. We can start moving the artillery up as well. In fact, we probably should have done that. I say probably. We definitely should have done that. But we didn't, so shit happens, right? We're going to take the rest of these guys, move them up here, and continue our advance. Going to do the same with these gentlemen here, despite the fact that they've just been in a nasty fight. We really need to go ahead and reinforce this position. So everybody needs to march there, and these unfortunate souls here are going to be tasked with trying to stop the British, and that's no easy task. We also have another unit over here of guys that are kind of holding the fort, so I'm definitely going to keep them right there. And unfortunately, we can't control these guys, can we? Oh my dear, if we can control these guys, I'm gonna go crazy. No, we can't. Alright, fair enough. I'm not totally nuts yet, so that's good. Am I? Am I totally nuts? I am totally nuts. There we go, we can control these guys. It looks like some reinforcements are on the way. Beautiful. And in just the perfect amount of time, because the enemy is finally starting to get really close to our artillery, and also get really close to our generals. So it's definitely time for some reinforcements. Let's get these generals out of here. No time for these guys to be dying on us. And let's pull back here. Anyway, guys, I hope you are enjoying the fight. Obviously, we have a tremendous amount of reinforcements here coming our way, which should be able to change the tide of battle for us. At least I hope that's the case. And we will continue our renewed assault on the British. Let's go ahead and see if it works. Let's also get these guys into... What the hell are you guys doing? Come on. At least get into a better firing position, for goodness sakes. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and thank you once again for watching another awesome section of our battle here in Scourge of War, Waterloo.